Well, the new year promises to bring yet another big year in Indiana sports. March Madness will bring both the Big Ten and Horizon League men's and women's tournaments to Indianapolis, as well as another NCAA regional, the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, the Indy 500, all under the direction of Roger Penske for the first time. The Pacers hope for the long-awaited return of Victor Oladipo and a playoff run. And how do the Colts respond after not making the postseason? Here now to talk about these topics and more, our Inside Indiana sports reporter, Bill Benner. Bill, as always, welcome.
Thanks, Gary.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year.
2019 was a big year. Let's look back. I mentioned Roger Penske. I think the big story, sports or otherwise, for as long as I can remember, was the news that Roger Penske, his group, buying the Indianapolis Motor Speedway.
I don't think there's any question about it. In fact, that's as big a sports news as we've had probably since the Colts or the NCAA moved to Indianapolis. Will have a huge impact moving forward as we get into 2020, and it'll be very interesting to see how he, no pun intended, steps on the gas and starts making significant moves to both the physical plant of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway and to the IndyCar series in general.
What is your feel on that? I hear and I get the kind of the vibe that and the kind of person he is and executive he is, that if there are moves to be made, he's going to make. He's not going to wait.
Well, he's not going to wait. Yeah. And again, this is a guy who's built his career by attention to detail, by being the best in class, and I guarantee he will bring those same standards to the Indianapolis Motor Speedway and the IndyCar.
All right, let's talk about our other professional franchises. First, the Colts. The Indianapolis Colts, a disappointing season, I think, by any measure. Did not make the playoffs. Reaction, and then maybe what they're thinking going forward.
Well, one thing I think we've forgotten is that Andrew Luck left 2 weeks before the season started, and I think we got caught up. The Colts overcame that, got off to the 5-2 start, but then I think reality has set in a little bit. They're going to have to decide what to do with Jacoby Brissett. Is he going to be the long-term starter quarterback? They're certainly paying him like one, but they've got other upgrades to make. I think the offensive line, the running game has been a disappointment over the last few weeks. The defense has not come along, and so Mr. Ballard has his work cut out for him as he looks at the draft and free agency.
All right, let's look at the Pacers. A lot of anticipation for Victor Oladipo returning. The first half, the 2019 portion of the season, very encouraging, very positive. What will we look at going forward?
Well, they've always talked about 3 seasons without Victor, the transition period when Victor comes back, and then when he's ready to go full bore. I think that how he fits into the successful mix, a team that's already established itself as a really good basketball team. But it will start with Victor, because Victor, as much as he's done individually, an all-star, he's very team-oriented, and so I think he will not try to come in and be the Victor of old. He'll try to be the Victor that fits into this particular team.
All right, let's look at the state's 2 big state institutions, IU and Purdue. IU football in a bowl game for the first time in a long time, and the retirement of Fred Glass. What will Fred's legacy be? How will he be remembered for his tenure at IU?
Well, certainly major upgrades in facility, the last of which will be the golf course, which has been much in need for a long, long time, but dramatic improvements to Simon Scott Assembly Hall, certainly to Memorial Stadium, closing in both ends. They've had success, baseball, women's basketball, certainly the football program, but this is Indiana. This is basketball. His legacy will largely be tied to what Archie Miller does with that basketball program.
Let's go up to West Lafayette and Purdue. Certainly a lot of change there. Football program back on the right track. Disappointing year this year. A lot of it because of unbelievable injuries, but a lot of changes too at Ross-Ade Stadium.
Well, Bob Rohrman's come on board for there. They're building that big new incredible jumbotron at the south end of Ross-Ade Stadium. Mike Bobinski's done a really good job, and I think that was a blip with the football team. Really, injuries dictated a lot of that. And men's basketball, Matt Painter's, he's got a solid program. They'll be okay.
Okay, lots we could talk about. We're running out of time, though, so we'll look ahead to 2020. Indy soccer, the Indy 11. Thank you. New stadium. Is it going to happen? What do we think?
This is a real chicken and egg, Gary, and I don't know what's certainly going to happen. They certainly seem to be bullish. The legislature took out the MLS as being part of a stadium requirement getting the funding, and can you make it in the league that they're in now? I don't know, but I think we'll have some news sometime in 2020 as it relates to the long-term future of the Indy 11 and soccer in Indy.
We'll look forward to that and a lot of other sporting events even before we get to 2021 and the big year that year, so we'll look for that, Bill, as always. Thanks for your perspective, and we'll see you in the new year.
Yeah, Happy New Year, Gary.
Okay,
Thanks.
same to you.